Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Kurenai falls in love with Naruto? Part 1. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let's start the story. The village hidden in the leaves has been the birthplace for many legendary ninja throughout the decades. There's the third Hokage here in Sarutobi, otherwise known as the God of Shinobi, and the Professor. He was trained by the first two Hokages. He became an S-rank shinobi by the time he was 14, and took the mantle of Hokage when he was 16. Then there was the legendary three ninja otherwise known as the Sannin, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, and Tsunade, all having legendary skills and summons. After surviving a fight with Hanzo of the Salamanders, they became hailed as legends, an S-rank ninja. Tsukumo Hadouken, the White Fang of the Leaf, a genius shinobi said to have been stronger than the Sannin, and rumored to have been a candidate for becoming the fourth Hokage. Minato Namikaze is a once-in-a-generation genius, student to Jiraiya of the Sannin, and the legendary fourth Hokage. The legendary Yellow Flash. However, walking up to the Ninja Academy, was a small blonde orphan named Naruto Uzumaki. He has a dream, to become not only the Hokage, but the strongest of them all. Looking up from his shirt that he was fiddling with, Naruto looked over the academy building. Okay, calm down. Gigi helped me, and he said that the other kids at the academy would be nicer. Thought Naruto, flashing his famous grin, and walking through the families wishing their kids good luck on their first day. Naruto made it a point to ignore the pang of hurt at the fact nobody was here for him, and went to his classroom, room 104. Inside the classroom, Naruto found that he was the third person to arrive. Looking over towards the back, he saw a boy with a big green jacket and sunglasses. He must be shy or something to hide in a jacket like that, Naruto thought. By the window he looked over to the other occupant, a raven-haired boy in a navy blue shirt and tan shorts with a fan symbol on his back. So there's an Uchiha in my class, interesting. Having heard from the old man about the various clans in the village, he knew that the Uchiha were typically the best ninjas in the academy, along with the Hyugas. Taking a seat in the middle of the classroom, he waited for everyone else to arrive. Meanwhile, he was going through his backpack to make sure he had all of his books and utensils. Kids started to rush and not wanting to be late for the first day. Sitting in the same booth as him to his right was a dark-haired boy with a ponytail that oddly resembled a pineapple, looking like he just woke up for the first time in his life. Next to him, and further down in the rightmost spot, was a chubby kid with swirls on his cheeks, happily munching on what he guessed was barbecue chips, if the smell was anything to go by. Looking up from his roommates, he saw a man in standard Chunin clothing with a horizontal scar along his nose. Iruka cleared his throat to get everyone's attention. Welcome to your first day at the academy. My name is Iruka Yamino, and I will be your sensei until you graduate. Congratulations on passing the entrance exam, and taking the first steps in becoming a leaf shinobi. Note however, that it only gets harder from here. Today will be an introduction day with several tests. Some of the students started to groan. Iruka shot them all a glare. As I was saying, several tests to see where everyone's at. After explaining the daily schedule for normal academy days, and the tests they will be doing today, Iruka starts passing around the written tests to everyone. Iruka looks to see if everyone has a test, and nods to himself. Okay, you will have 1 hour to complete this to the best of your knowledge. The test goes over information that was in the textbook you were given 2 weeks ago after the entrance exam. Begin. Naruto picked up his pencil, and started on his test. After looking over the questions he smiled to himself. It seems, as though all that reading paid off. After Iruka called for everyone to hand in their test, Naruto nodded his head, happy with his answers. Iruka organized a stack of papers before he noticed that it's time for lunch. Now you all are dismissed for lunch. You have 1 hour to be back here, don't be late. Naruto followed the other students outside to the lunch area, looking around for a spot to eat. He decided to sit under a tree that didn't have anyone nearby. He opened his bag that had his lunch inside, and frowned. He was terrible at cooking, so he had to settle for pre-made food. So chips and water was going to be his lunch until he found out how to make ramen portable. The two people Naruto sat next to in the classroom walked up to him, as he opened his bag. Hi, my name in Choji is Shikamaru. Can we sit with you? A smiling Choji asks while gesturing to the bored-looking Shikamaru next to him. Hello, I'm Naruto, you can sit if you want. Naruto said while internally happy that they wanted to eat with him. So what did you two think about the test? Asked Naruto. He was curious if he was the only one to read over the textbook before class. I thought it was too troublesome, so I just finished, as fast as I could, and took a nap. Shikamaru said lazily. This caused Naruto to raise an eyebrow. I have seen old people with more pep in them than this guy. Naruto looks over to a chuckling Choji expectantly. Well, it was okay. I don't think I failed, Choji said shyly. Lunch turned into a comfortable silence, as the three boys ate. Okay everyone, lunch is over. The shout came from Iruka. Going back to his seat he looks at his sensei expectantly for whatever is next. Now, we will spend the rest of the day in the training ground to finish the rest of the tests. Iruka said before leading the students to the academy training ground. Academy training ground. The academy training ground wasn't anything too special. It had a variety of targets, a running track, and an obstacle course for the older students to do. Okay everyone, we will start off with shuriken and kunai throwing. You will be graded and ranked, so take this seriously. Instructor Iruka, eyeing some of the students that didn't look all that interested. Naruto watched everyone go up and take their tests. Naruto noticed that so far nobody got higher than 1 or 2 hits, and those were the clan children. Uchiha Sasuke, called Iruka, the raven-haired boy from earlier, now identified, as Sasuke walked up and took his stance before he started throwing his shuriken. He surprised everyone getting 4/10 on shuriken, and kunai caused some of the girls to blush at his coolness when he just turned around and walked off without saying a word. Uzumaki Naruto, called Iruka, startling him out of his thoughts. He walks up to the post and picks up some shuriken, taking a breath and letting them fly like he has been practicing. Flashback. Sitting in the Hokage's office was Naruto. He looked up at the third Hokage. Hey old man, since I'm going to be starting the academy this year, should I be doing something to prepare, or should I just show up and hope for the best? Naruto didn't know how much someone should prepare for the academy. The old man told him that most clans start their training as soon as they are capable. The third looked up from his paperwork. Well, I think that you should definitely prepare, since most can get help from somebody else. Hiruzen looked at the picture of the fourth Hokage. It was tragic that this boy was all alone, and not being trained or looked after by his parents. Instead he was ignored for something that he had no choice over. Hiruzen took out a piece of paper and started writing on it. There are a few things you should have, signaling an Anbu in the room to take the paper. When you get home, there will be some books I know that will really help you, not only in the academy but as a shinobi in general. Hiruzen said to a small smiling blonde. Naruto, happy with the response, got up eager to get home to practice, shouting a thanks old man before running out. Smiling in a small ball of sunshine, the third looked at the picture of his late successor again, and sighed. It should be you guiding him, not books. It should be you taking him to the academy, and cheering him on or wishing him good luck. I wish I could have switched places with you, Minato. The third gains a determined look in his eye. But since you aren't here, I may not be able to personally do anything for him right now. But I will give him all the assistance I can, and those books will be a perfect way to start. Hell, if he is like you, this may count as training my new successor, thought Hiruzen. Then flashback. Throwing the shuriken like he's been practicing, Naruto had a huge grin, having hit 6/10 shuriken. Looking over at Iruka-sensei, he sees a surprised look as Iruka wrote on his clipboard. Naruto grabs the kunai and hit 6/10 again. Happy at having the best score, he turned to look at the rest of the class. The guys were kinda put off at a kid being so much better than them, and the girls were all looking at him with awe. Beating Sasuke, who is an Uchiha, it's just unbelievable. He must be a prodigy. I know, beating an Uchiha on the first day. Plus he is kinda cute with the whiskers. Naruto blushed at the last one. He walked over to Shikamaru, who was eyeing him differently than before, and a frowning Sasuke who looked like someone just stole his candy. What did you think of that, Shikamaru? Not too bad, huh? Shikamaru just looked at him for another second before turning away, deeming the whole situation troublesome. Sasuke steps forward, not to be shown up by some nobody. Don't get used to it. I will beat you in Taijutsu for sure. Challenged Sasuke. He's going to be number 1 like his older brother before him. Naruto, grinning like crazy, looked at Sasuke. I don't think so. I have been training for the past few months, and I'm gonna be the best, said Naruto confidently. Sasuke just brushed it off, and waited for the Taijutsu spars to start, knowing with their last names they will be paired. He would show nobody then. After what Iruka thought was above average accuracy results for first A students, he flipped the page on his clipboard. Now we will start on the paired sparring. When I call your names, come up and get into your stance. All styles are permitted, family or otherwise. Watching the spars, or in his 2 new friends' case, mutual forfeiting. Naruto noticed one thing, that he could beat any of them. The book the old man gave him told him he should exercise daily, and had katas for a taijutsu form he has been working on. Naruto, being smaller, knew he would have to be smarter, so he worked on the accuracy of his punches rather than brute force, although he liked to think he was pretty strong for his size. Uchiha Sasuke, Uzumaki Naruto, you two are up. Iruka called out. He would never admit to favoring any student over another. But he was excited to see this match. Walking up to the ring, Naruto got into the loose stance for the style he's been practicing. Sasuke got into his stance, which Naruto noticed was a family style, and being from a prodigious clan like the Uchiha, it was most likely good. After hearing Iruka shout begin, Naruto rushes in at Sasuke. Sasuke was taken off guard at how fast the blonde was. He barely avoided the punch to his face, and went for a leg sweep. Naruto vaulted over Sasuke, and kicked him in the back, making him tumble forward. Naruto uses the opportunity to rush Sasuke. Sasuke, who was regaining his balance from being kicked, rolled back to get to his feet, and charged at Naruto. Both engaged in an impressive bout of taijutsu. Naruto saw an opening, and sunk his fist into Sasuke's stomach, making him double over. Naruto follows up with a kick, knocking Sasuke back, and onto his back, then rushes over, and points a kunai in Sasuke's face. Enough. Winner Naruto, called out an impressed Iruka. Walking back over to the class, and Iruka-sensei, Naruto notices the girls, and the guys were surprised that someone could beat Sasuke. The Uchiha are usually the best in Taijutsu, and Naruto took him down on the first day of class. Whispers were heard, man shuriken jutsu, and now Taijutsu, this kid has to be some kind of prodigy, no way he isn't. One civilian boy said to another, both nodding, wow, he beat Sasuke-kun so easily, what a guy. A blonde-haired girl in purple said to a white pink-haired girl who was just nodding. Okay everyone, that is all for today, you can head home, the test results will be given back tomorrow. Said Iruka, looking at Naruto a little longer than the others. Hokage's office. Iruka stood in front of the third Hokage going through his report. To be expected from a class with most of the clan heirs, they did better than average. However, one Naruto Uzumaki stood out from the rest. He scored 6/10 on both Shuriken and Kunai, and beat Sasuke Uchiha in Taijutsu. Also, his test score on the written exam this morning was quite surprising, in that he knew most of the material. The only person that came close was a civilian girl by the name of Sakura Haruno. He has the makings of a genius, we should keep an eye on him, possibly even putting him in a higher grade, so as to give him more of a challenge. Reported Iruka. The third nodded to himself. Where would you put his performance compared to the other years? The third was curious about the little blonde's talent, and whether or not he should be moved up yet. I would say years 2 or 3 possibly, we would know for sure until we cover more material. Iruka answered. Here's a nodded, okay, dismissed. With a quick Hokage-sama. Iruka laughed, taking out his crystal ball, and watching a certain blonde boy read a book while eating dinner, and sighed. If he continues like this, people will put 2 and 2 together. He is pretty much a clone of his father, and if word spreads of a spiky blonde-haired blue-eyed genius, people will find out who he is. Which is something that would be a big headache, should that spread to some other countries, Iowa and Kumo in particular. I should classify his info, and his parents' info on a much higher level to be safe, a good thing not too many people know anyway. The third took out his pipe, and puffed on his glorious tobacco before getting back to work. Uchiha had family house. So Sasuke-kun, how was your first day? His mother asked him from across the table. She didn't get a chance to ask him earlier, since he went straight to the training ground after he got home. I did okay, better than almost everyone in class, but there was this boy who was better than everyone else at everything, shuriken jutsu, taijutsu, and most likely the written test, as well. Responded Sasuke. He was ashamed that he wasn't on top like his brother had been when he was in the academy. Who is this boy that is number 1? His father asked, which could be interpreted as ordered. His name is Naruto Uzumaki. He got 6/10 in shuriken and kunai, and his taijutsu was faster than mine. Sasuke mumbles the last part, although they all heard it. His mother sent him a sympathetic look while also thinking about Kushina and her orphan son sadly. Hearing a grunt, Sasuke looked at his father, who looked like he was about to speak until his brother interrupted. Well, Sasuke-kun, you need to start training harder. It looks like you found someone who would be a good rival. Said Itachi, nodding, as Sasuke looked at his brother. Can you help me train Naisen? Sasuke pleads. Itachi shook his head. Sorry Sasuke-kun, I'm very busy nowadays with Anbu, so I won't have time. Sasuke looked down sadly, but continued to eat, thinking about Naruto, and how he was going to double his training to catch up and beat him. Naruto's apartment. Naruto was going over today. He was surprised at how easy everything was. He has been training for the better part of 4 months in Taijutsu, but he was expecting the clan heirs to be as good or better, since they had people training them. Naruto let sleep take over him. He was excited to continue. 3 years later, Naruto age 9. Training ground 3. Naruto went through hand seals. After ending in the snake seal, he called out, Earth release. Earth-style wall. A huge wall of solid earth shot up from the ground in front of him, proud of his now 5th master jutsu. Naruto started reminiscing about his time in the academy so far. In the 3 years he's been attending the academy, Naruto has proven that he is in fact a genius. He's at the top of the class in Taijutsu, Ninjutsu, and Jinjutsu by a huge margin, so much in fact that he was able to advance to the final year. The third had been so proud he gave Naruto a scroll of 5 different ninjutsu. The third explained to Naruto that when he started his genin career under the second Hokage, he was given these very to learn. Naruto's shuriken jutsu has gotten to a level that stationary targets weren't even difficult anymore. He's starting to practice wire techniques, something that only the most skilled in learn. In Taijutsu, Naruto hasn't learned any new styles. He still relies on the basic academy form, and the unnamed style from the book he was given from the third. Naruto has made alterations to both styles to fit his small, albeit average for his age, body. He changed the style to focus heavily on speed and counter-attacks. In Jutsu, Naruto can say he is the top of his class, but he doesn't know anything other than the henge. Naruto was disappointed to find that in the academy library, only Jinjutsu theory was covered. He would have to wait until he was a genin to make any headway in the illusion department. In ninjutsu, Naruto's most pleased with his progress. After receiving the scroll from the old man, he added 5 new, which he has just mastered the last one. The others include the water release. Jet stream. This has many forms, a white cone of water to a concentrated stream. The more chakra, the further the range. Fire release. Flame Bullet. This was a smaller version of the Uchiha's famous Fireball. Wind Release. Wind Bullets. Another chakra dependent in that the more chakra fed into the technique, the more bullets produced, and the stronger they would be. Lastly is his favorite so far, Lightning Release. Lightning Stream. The user would extend 2 fingers after condensing lightning chakra, and release it all at once in a stream. It was mostly stunning, but with enough chakra and control it could pierce or even kill. Naruto was surprised that he was given such high-level material, especially for an academy student. The third responded that if they were in times of war, Naruto would have graduated already, and could possibly be a Naruto accepted the explanation, not like he was upset at receiving the news. Hokage's office. The third Hokage was watching Naruto train, taking a puff from his pipe, and thinking of his favorite blonde. He is something else. I knew he would master all of those jutsu, but to get them so fast now with his reputation in the academy, as a genius most of the jonins want to train him. Though, I'm giving him to Kakashi, who will kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Naruto gets a jack of all trades sensei, and can hopefully get Kakashi out of his funk. Yes, they will be good for each other, thought the third silently. Hiruzen heard a knock on his door, calling out for the person to enter. He waited to see who it was. In walks Kakashi Haddock, a tall man with gravity-defying silver hair. He wears the standard jonin uniform, but has a mask covering from the bridge of his nose down, and his headband is slanted over his left eye. He's also focusing on the orange book in his hands. "He sent for me, Hokage-sama?" asked Kakashi, slouching in front of the Hokage's desk. "Yes, I want to inform you that you will be taking a team this year," said Hiruzen before giving a file to Kakashi. "Naruto-kun is graduating in 3 days, Kakashi. I know you want to train him, right?" asked Hiruzen. It honestly wasn't a question. Kakashi was going to be the sensei whether he wanted to or not. Hiruzen just liked to word things like that. Kakashi continued to read the file before responding. "He is impressive, top of his class. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Ever since Itachi there hasn't been an early graduate," said Kakashi. "Yes, he was the last one. The fact was that with the way he turned out, I wanted more children to enjoy their time as children. Naruto, however, is a truly exceptional ninja, and he also doesn't have a clan pressuring him constantly." Hiruzen answered. "Well, this could be fun, if that is all, Hokage-sama." Kakashi asked. The third nodded, waving his hand to dismiss the jonin. 3 days later, classroom 213. Naruto waited for the instructor to call his name for the final part of the graduation exam. He was very excited. Finally, today is the day. I can't wait to start doing missions. I just hope that I don't get any of these fangirls on my team. That would be embarrassing. After moving up to the final year, Naruto found that a lot of the girls, if not most of them, started to have an infatuation for the blonde genius. They call him adorable or ask to pet his checks. They wanted to know if he purred when they pet the whiskers. Naruto could never hide the blush when he was asked that. "Uzumaki, you're up," called the instructor from the other room. Walking into the room, Naruto was surprised to see Iruka there. "Hey Iruka-sensei. I didn't know you would be here," Naruto exclaimed. He always liked his first sensei. "Yes, good to see you, Naruto. Your sensei is out sick, and needs me to fill in today, and tomorrow," said Iruka. He liked the enthusiastic blonde. Even with his genius, he never looked down on anyone in his class. "Okay Naruto, I need you to perform the substitution, henge, and clone techniques in order to graduate," Iruka ordered. Focusing on the chair to his right, Naruto performed a flawless substitution with no hand signs. Placing his hands in the tiger seal, he became a perfect Iruka. Walking back to the center, he goes through 3 hand seals, and creates 3 clones, then looks up at Iruka. "Excellent Naruto, come, and get your headband, we have blue, and black," said Iruka. Naruto smiles, as he takes a blue one, and ties it around his forehead. "Thanks Iruka-sensei," cheered Naruto before going back to his classroom, and walking up to his seat. "Not surprising that it took you less than 5 minutes, Naruto," the calm voice in the seat next to him said. "Yeah, I hope we get put on the same team together, Toshiro." Responding to Naruto, he looked over at his best friend, Toshiro. He was wearing a gray long-sleeve shirt, blue shorts, and blue shinobi sandals. "Me too, you are going to be the rookie of the year, but we have worked well together all year, so they won't spit us up, hopefully. It would be hilarious if we get one of your fangirls too though," laughed Toshiro. Naruto started grumbling about his embarrassing fangirls. He turned away from his friend to wait for Iruka to come back in. "Okay everyone, tomorrow you will need to come back here at 9 o'clock to receive your team. Class dismissed," announced Iruka. Naruto and Toshiro were walking out of the academy when somebody bumped into Naruto, turning around to see who it was. Naruto rolled his eyes. "Braided Sasuke again," mentally sighed Naruto. It was a boy in a class 2 years below him. He was in a white shirt and black pants. He had shiny black hair and huge eyebrows. "Oh? I apologize to Naruto-kun. I did not see you there. I see you have already graduated. Well, no worries, for I shall graduate in 2 years, and show you that my hard work can surpass even your genius," declared the boy loudly. "Yes Lee, I hope you do. In fact, I will be waiting for you to try when you graduate. Now if you will excuse us, we are going to go and get some ramen," Naruto said, ending the conversation, and before the inevitable challenge. Ever since the instructors started calling Naruto a genius, Lee was all over him trying to surpass him. The first 5 challenges were fine, but the following 20, Naruto was starting to get annoyed. Walking away before Lee can start yelling again, Naruto and Toshiro continued down the road to Ichiraku's. I have to say, if that were me back there, I would have just shut him down for good. He's starting to really annoy me. I can't imagine how you feel. Toshiro said, amused. Well, he's just enthusiastic, plus I hope he can be a good challenge, and it's not like he gets angry about getting beat, just more determined after losing, and I admire that. Informed Naruto before entering the ramen stand. Ichiraku Ramen, Naruto's favorite place in the world, the best ramen he's ever tasted, and the nicest people he's ever met. Not only is the food from the gods above, but old man Tucci has always been nice to him ever since he was small, and his daughter Ayam was like the big sister Naruto has always wanted. Ah, Naruto and Toshiro, nice to see you boys. Looking good with those headbands, congratulations on passing. Tucci said happily. Thanks old man. I'll have some miso ramen with extra pork. Cheered Naruto's mouth, already drooling. I'll have chicken ramen Tucci-san, thank you. Toshiro said calmly, he's not as enthusiastic about ramen as his friend. Sure thing boys, it'll be right up. Tucci called, as he entered the kitchen. So, what do you want to do after we eat? Asked Toshiro. He didn't have any plans, so it was either hang out with Naruto or go home. I'm going to go to the weapon shop, and maybe the shinobi library. I have been thinking about a weapon to use, and now that we're genin, we can get into the shinobi library. I want to see what I can learn. Said Naruto. Not too bad of an idea, the weapon shop not the library I mean. I have wanted to get a katana for some time now, but since we were only in the academy I decided to wait. Toshiro always saw himself as a swordsman, but at the academy weapons weren't allowed, so he didn't bother. Here you go boys, enjoy. A cheerful thanks old man thanks Tucci-san was his response respectively before the new genin dug in. Shinobi Weapon Shop. Welcome to Higurashi Weapons. My name is Taiji Higurashi. Have a look around, any questions feel free to come up and ask me. Taiji said joyfully, happy that he has 2 new customers, and hopefully a good profit. Looking around, Naruto saw Toshiro walk over to the sword section. He knew Toshiro wanted to get into Kenjutsu, so that wasn't unexpected. Naruto however walked around hoping to spot something that would fit him. He's very fast and precise, and with chakra, he was stronger than Toshiro, who was quite strong himself. Seeing the wide variety of weapons got Naruto thinking of what kind of ninja he wants to be. There are specialists, who focus on one branch, and are passable in the others, or rarely, there are shinobi like the 3rd Hokage, who are good at everything. Naruto admires the 3rd the most. Not only is he the only person Naruto sees as family in the village, but he has given Naruto so much support and help with the books, scrolls that Naruto was forever thankful. Thinking about it, Naruto decides that he wants to follow in his footsteps. The old man is a master in all 3 main disciplines. He has mastery of all 5 basic elements, and is a powerful Bujutsu user in conjunction with his monkey summons. I want to do that. If I'm going to become the best Hokage this village has ever seen, I need to be the best at everything. I already have 1 jutsu for each element. My taijutsu is good even though I don't have a real style, so I need genjutsu plus a weapon to master. Thought Naruto. Going over to Toshiro, who was examining a silver katana with a teal handle. Find something you like already? Inquired Naruto. Well, this one feels right in my hands. It gives me good reach, and I can channel chakra through it when I learn to do that. Said Toshiro. He looks at an empty-handed Naruto. See nothing that you like so far? I was trying to find something I can use. I rely on speed and precision, and didn't know what to pick, said Naruto. Humming, Toshiro looks around at all the weapons. Since you are trying to be so much like Hokage-sama, and with your skills, why not completely follow in his footsteps, and get a bow staff? Toshiro asked. He didn't know how his staff would work for Naruto, but he's sure Naruto will figure it out. Looking toward the bow staff on the wall, Naruto seriously thinks about the option. I may not have the monkey summons like the 3rd, but it gives good reach, and with chakra I'm pretty strong. Maybe I can ask old man Hokage for some help. Contemplated Naruto. Yeah, that's a good idea Toshiro. I'm kind of a mid-close range fighter with my ninjutsu. It could be perfect, plus few people are Bujutsu users, and I like being different. Naruto said before walking to the staff section. Nodding at Naruto he follows him, katana in hand. Seeing a 5 feet blue with black edges Naruto picks it up. Man, these things are heavy. Once I get good with this, and accustomed to the weight it will seriously hurt. Chuckled Naruto with an evil look in his eye. Might not have been a good idea to suggest to the staff, since I'm going to be the unfortunate bastard that gets his ass kicked by him every day. Thought a sweat dripping Toshiro, who was watching Naruto, who was hugging the staff, and laughing maniacally. Both boys walk up to the counter to pay. I'll take care of both of them, Taiji-san, came a voice from behind the boys. Looking up from the weapons, the new genin saw that it was the Hokage standing there with a smile. Hi Hokage-sama, your total is 10,000 ryo. Said Taiji, the Hokage who without skipping a beat, paid for the staff and katana. The boys both bow in appreciation. Thank you Hokage-sama. both said simultaneously. Walking out of the shop with the Hokage, Toshiro thanks the old man again, who waves it off, telling him not to mention it. Well Naruto-kun, looks like you picked a bow staff to use as your weapon. In my own humble opinion, that is the best weapon around, said a smiling third Hokage. The old man, I have always intended to use a weapon, not just Jujutsu, and decided on this staff. I may not have the monkey summons like you, but I think I will do well with this, responded a grinning Naruto, gesturing to his new staff. Well, just so you know, Jujutsu has been a part of my clan for generations, although in recent years the Sarutobi clan isn't as big as it once was. My son doesn't use his staff for my summons, and my grandson is too young to really decide what kind of ninja he wants to be, Hiruzen said, not showing the pain from the fact that his son wanted to distance himself from Hiruzen as much as possible. So if you want to learn my Bujutsu style, I would be happy to give you the lower level scrolls to start you out on. That way they don't die with me, said Hiruzen. Really, you mean it? Old man Naruto is shocked, seeing the third naughty rushes over and pulls the old man in a huge hug, saying thank you over and over again. Hiruzen chuckles at the overjoyed blonde before returning the hug. There is something we need to discuss in my office. I can also give you the scrolls there, hold on, the third said before initiating the body flicker technique. Hokage's office. Sitting down in his chair, he ushered Naruto to sit down in front of him. There are some things I think you are now old enough to know, now that you are a genin, and I know you won't just shout it from the rooftops, Hiruzen said in a serious voice. Naruto gulped, hearing the tone the Hokage was using. You know what happened during the Kyuubi attack almost 10 years ago? Hiruzen asks, seeing Naruto nod, he continues. Well, that wasn't what really happened. The Kyuubi can't be killed indefinitely. After 4 or so years it would reform. Seeing no other option, our fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, decided that it would be better to seal it away into a newborn child. Hiruzen said sadly. He looked pointedly at the blonde in front of him. Naruto's eyes widen, easily connecting the dots before he starts to freak out. Are you serious? What am I going to do? Can it get out? Am I safe? Before Naruto can blabber on or pass off from hyperventilating, the third interrupts. Now listen, you are fine, you are not endangered, and the seal is very strong. Minato was a genius in Fuinjutsu, and my student Jiraiya assured me afterwards that the fox can't get out, influence or harm you, the third said resolutely, making sure the young boy understood he was safe from the fox. Well then why would he pick me? I don't understand, was I just an unfortunate sacrifice? Naruto whispered to himself sadly, now knowing why most would ignore him, and some even refused to sell to him. Or that he was never looked at when people would come to the orphanage to adopt someone. Naruto, you aren't just some sacrifice, he wanted you to be seen as a hero, the Hokage said softly, heart almost breaking at the ever-happy Naruto looking so sad. He should know, he deserves to know, every child deserves to know. There isn't much of their stuff I can give him, and most of it is with the toads or Jiraiya, but I can at least give him a picture for some sense of closure, thought the Hokage before clearing his throat and sending the Anbu hiding in his office away. Naruto, that isn't all I want to tell you. Hiruzen said, looking up at the old man. Naruto braced for even worse news. What is it, old man? Naruto asks with trepidation. I wouldn't tell you that, and expect you to just accept it and leave. No, I want to show you a picture, Hiruzen said. He took out a picture that has some years of age to it. A red-headed woman that was pregnant in a green dress, and what looks like a smiling fourth Hokage wrapping his hand around her waist. Do you know who these two people are? Naruto-kun, Hiruzen asks. Naruto wasn't called a genius for nothing. He always questioned why he and the fourth looked so similar, but seeing this picture confirmed it all, choking back a sob, not trusting his voice. Naruto just nods. I think you figured it out. This is Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage who you know a lot about, but the other is someone you probably don't know. Her name is Kushina Uzumaki, said Hiruzen. Can you tell me about her? Jiji, said a quiet and hopeful Naruto. The old Hokage's eyes softened at the blonde. Hearing Naruto call him that reminded him just how small and lowly he really is under the ever-joyful attitude. Sure, Naruto-kun, she was a very fierce and powerful kunoichi. Extremely loyal to her friends, and not to mention a bit of a tomboy. Always getting into fights with her bullies, and usually winning. She had very special chakra that allowed her to form solid chains to attack and bind her opponents, and she fell in love with you the second she found out you were coming. The third finished the last part softly. Naruto was overjoyed at having such an amazing mother, and reciprocated the love his mother felt for him, just as much after hearing that she loved him. There was always a voice in the back of his head saying that he was abandoned and unloved, but being told that wasn't the case, he felt he could jump over the moon. That's an amazing, old man. Thank you for telling me, really, you don't know how much this means to me, Naruto said happily. The third is very happy to see the small, but real smile on Naruto's face, instead of the over-exaggerated grin he normally wears. Not a problem. I trust I don't have to tell you that this is on a need-to-know basis until you're Chunin-eyeing Naruto seriously, making sure the point gets across before continuing. Those two didn't make a lot of friends in Iowa and Kumo during the war, so if they get word that those two have a living heir, it would mean trouble for you, and we don't want that, Hiruzen said seriously. Naruto nodded at the old man. Don't worry, I won't go blabbering it to the world, I can keep it a secret. Who knows about my secrets, either both? Questioned Naruto. He wants to know how quiet he is going to have to be. Well, everyone except for your generation and below knows about the Kyuubi, but I pass a decree making it illegal for anyone to talk about it, or tell anyone who doesn't know. Who your parents are however is different, only your parents' friends would know, and they can keep their mouths shut. You can tell anyone you deem fit about the Kyuubi, but hold off on spreading word about your parents to your friends for a while. At least until you get stronger, and can handle the inevitable bounty that will be placed on your head. Said the third. Now weren't there some scrolls I was going to give you? Hiruzen asked rhetorically. He laughed at the look of realization that spread across Naruto's face. Walking over to a bookshelf, Hiruzen looks for a few minutes before giving an aha and tossing it over to Naruto. That is the basic stance, and forms my Bujutsu style. I hope you train hard, maybe we can spar when you get older. Challenged the Hokage, chuckling at the fire burning in Naruto's eyes. Hell yeah, we will. Then I'll beat you, and become the 5th Hokage, no doubt about it. Said a now fiercely determined Naruto before running over and giving him a big hug. Thanks for everything, Jiji, I really appreciate it. Naruto said. Hiruzen returned the hug, giving a warm reply. It was my pleasure, Naruto-kun. Well, I'm going to head home. It's been a long day, and I get team placements tomorrow. Said Naruto, picking up his new bow staff before walking out. Naruto's apartment. I really need to learn that teleportation the old man used. I could have been home 15 minutes ago. I'll make sure to ask my sensei tomorrow. Thought Naruto. Heating up some ramen, he starts going over the scroll the old man gave him. So it relies on agility to get into position, then heavy blows to arms, legs, head or jabbing motions to the stomach. Not too bad, I'll go over some stances and katas in the morning before class. Classroom 213. Getting into class first, Naruto went to his seat and waited for everyone to get into class. 10 minutes later, Iruka walked in. After getting everyone to be quiet, Iruka cleared his throat. Okay everyone, congratulations on passing the Genin exam and taking the first steps in your shinobi careers. However, you are only Genin lowest on the food chain. You will have to work hard to climb the ranks and earn any respect at all. I'm not going to sugarcoat this and say all of you will live to reach your goals, but I want you all to do your best and represent the village proudly. Now, I will call out your teams. Iruka looks at his clipboard before beginning. Team 1 Naruto stopped listening, instead listening to Toshiro talk about his kenjutsu style he picked up from the library after leaving the weapon shop yesterday. Team 7 will be Naruto Uzumaki. Both stopped to pay attention to find out his teammates. Naruto crossed his fingers, hoping that none of his fangirls currently holding their breath would be on his team. Toshiro, 2 whoops, and a high five was heard. Nobody was really surprised. They are best friends. It's only natural they would be on the same team. Mikizuki, your sensei is Kakashi Haddock. Finished Iruka. Naruto and Toshiro were still happy that they were on the same team. Mika was glad that she has a team with 2 people who took this seriously. Well, the fangirls were all groaning, upset that the one girl not interested in Naruto was on his team. 2 hours later, Naruto was confused. He'd heard of Kakashi Haddock, aka Kakashi of the Sharingan, but was confused that such a respectable jonin would be 2 hours late. The door slides open, and Kakashi sticks his head inside. Team 7. You guys look like a nice bunch. To the roof, my cute and hopeful genin. Said a nice smiling Kakashi. Before disappearing in a poof. Man, I really want to learn jutsu. All 3 genin thought simultaneously before rushing out. Academy roof. Looking over his cute little genin, Kakashi starts to eye them. These 3 are going to be a good team. Naruto can be close, mid or even long range. Toshiro is up close with his katana, and Mika has that tanto I'm sure Yugao has taught her to use. Okay, you 3, I want you to introduce yourselves. Likes, dislikes, hobbies, dreams, and something you want to start training or get better at. Said Kakashi, looking up at the 3 expectantly from his orange book. Why don't you go first, sensei? Mika said, seeing how they didn't know their sensei, he should go first. Kakashi sighed. Well, I'm Kakashi Haddock. Do you like dislikes? Dreams on none really. I'm so much improvement for the most part is out, and hobbies not for young ears. Lays out Kakashi. All 3 genin sweat dropped, so he told us his name. Now, you first girl, Kakashi said, gesturing to the purple-haired girl to start. My name is Mikizuki. I like my big sister, and Dango. I dislike fangirls. My hobbies are training, cooking, and dreams. I want to surpass my sister and become a respectable kunoichi, and I want to start training in ninjutsu to supplement my kenjutsu. Finished Mika. She looked at Toshiro to her left expectantly. My name is Toshiro. My likes are training with Naruto and swimming. Dislikes are loud people are those from clans who look down on orphans. Hobbies are training and reading. Dreams are to enter the Anbu and become a captain, and I want to start to training kenjutsu with my new katana and learn my affinity. Stated Toshiro calmly. Naruto continued. Name's Naruto Uzumaki. Likes are kicking Toshiro's ass, dodging a swing at his head, and continuing without missing a beat. Dislikes are people who judge others without getting to know them, and people who call me short. Hobbies are learning new. Dreams are to become a powerful ninja, and the best Hokage this village has ever seen. Something I want to train is Bijutsu with my new staff, and start learning Genjutsu. Finished Naruto. Okay, tomorrow you three are going to be given a survival exercise. If you pass you will become an official genin, fail, and you go back to the academy. This test has a 66% failure rate, so don't get your hopes up. Kakashi said, making the three start to sweat. Meet me at training ground 7 tomorrow at 7. Kakashi starts to walk off before he stops, and turns to them. Oh, you might want to skip breakfast otherwise you will puke, bye. Kakashi said before using the body flicker technique to leave. All three just look at the spot he was before he left. Naruto just sighed. Well guys, tomorrow is a big day, see you there. Oh, I'm still going to eat. I suggest you do the same. If he makes me puke I'll just puke on him. See you tomorrow. Naruto said before jumping away. Naruto's apartment. Items are being thrown around, and crashes are heard from inside Naruto's apartment at 6:30 in the morning. Will you shut the hell up you stupid brat, we're trying to sleep. An angry voice from the apartment below yelled. Naruto ignored the person yelling from the apartment below him. Come on, I know one is around here somewhere, I've never even used it. About to give up before realization hits him, running over to his bed, and flipping it over. Yes. I really didn't want to have to carry this staff around all day. Naruto said triumphantly. He looked over the storage scroll the old man bought for him on his 9th birthday, to take his things to school in, before he forgot he had it. Sealing his staff away, and putting the scroll in his weapons pouch he finished getting dressed. Deciding that since he was a genin he should change his outfit, he now wore a mesh undershirt with a long sleeve form-fitting blue v-neck, sleeves coming down to just past his elbow, black pants tapped off at his ankles with blue shinobi sandals. He looked good. Training ground 7. Arriving at the training ground he's surprised to see that both his teammates are there, and his sensei isn't. I'm getting the strangest feeling that this is a recurring theme with Kakashi sensei, thought Naruto. Naruto walked up to his teammates. He noticed the change in both of their outfits. They both must have had the same idea regarding clothes as him. Toshiro has his headband secured on his forehead to hold back his white spiky hair from going into his eyes. He is now wearing a teal scarf matching the handle of his katana that is diagonal across his back sticking out over his right shoulder, gray short sleeve shirt, and black Anbu style pants. Mika had her purple hair in a ponytail with 2 bangs framing her face with her headband secured on her forehead, wearing a light brown shirt, black spandex coming down to right above her knees, fingerless gloves, and her tanto was horizontal right over her weapons pouch. Naruto walked up yawning. Morning you two. Man-sensei better show up soon, I want to finish this, and go back to sleep. Naruto said while rubbing his eyes. Snorting, Toshiro looked over at the blonde. You better get used to it, we're ninja now, we're not always going to have a full night's sleep. That's probably why sensei wanted us out here this early, to show us what it's like to work while tired. Toshiro said in an instructing manner. Not hearing her, just not responding, Naruto turned to Mika. So, what is your fighting style? Toshiro and I have been sparring together for a while, so we need to know about you. Naruto said with a smile. Mika looks down to think about it for a minute. I'm close range, my tanto is my primary means of attack, and I know the 3 academy jutsu. Summarized Mika. Naruto hummed. Well, I am close to mid-range, I have a variety of ninjutsu, and my taijutsu is good, plus I'm starting to learn bijutsu with my Nubo staff. Toshiro here has the academy jutsu, and is okay, but worse than me in taijutsu, ignoring Toshiro's call of, you dick. Before continuing, and just got the katana the day before yesterday, same as me with my staff. Naruto finishes. Mika looked at him for a second blankly. So where's your staff anyway, did you not want to bring it? Mika asked. Naruto tilts his head to the side before realization hits him. Oh. I have it sealed in a storage scroll right here. I didn't want to constantly carry it around, so I sealed it here. Naruto gestured to his pocket where the scroll was. Toshiro, not caring about the scroll conversation, decides to interrupt. How do you two want to handle this test? Should we make a plan? Toshiro asked Naruto more so than Mika, knowing he probably has a plan already or in the works. I have been thinking about that myself. Since we don't know what the test is other than that it's a survival exercise, we can't really plan or set traps. It might not even be here. That's why I wanted to share our skills ahead of time. Naruto said, looking at the two to see if they had anything to say before nodding. Man, he sure likes to take his time, not too much longer probably. 2 hours later, Kakashi walked into the training ground looking at his little genin. Sorry guys, I was on my way here, but I got lost on the road of life. Kakashi said with a nice smile. Toshiro and Mika were not amused with his excuse, and sent him a glare. Naruto just sweat drops. This is Kakashi of the Sharingan. Naruto thought. Okay. Now since you 3 are 2 hours late looking confused at the 3 cries of outrage before shrugging, you only get 1 hour to secure these bells. Whoever doesn't get one fails. Said Kakashi before pulling out an alarm clock from his pocket. Strange, he didn't have it before. But sensei, you only have 2 bells, how do all of us pass? Asked a confused Mika. Oh, that's simple. The winner, most likely all 3 who fail to get a bell, gets tied to a post, and goes back to the academy. Informed Kakashi, taking delight in their shocked faces. Naruto thought about that. That doesn't make sense. Must he begin? All three dash away to a hiding spot. Kakashi looks around. At least they know how to hide. Walking to the center of the training ground and taking out his book to wait. No rush. They have to come to him anyway. Naruto watched Kakashi take out his book, seemingly not caring what any of them do. Something is definitely off. No teams have just 2 genin and a jonin. Something is up. He wants to separate us. Naruto thought triumphantly before dashing off to find his team. Nika watched her sensei while trying to think of a plan of attack. Why is he just sitting there? And why is he reading that smut in public? Mika thought, outraged before shaking her head. I should just wait for one of the other two to attack while he is distracted. PSST Mika. Mika jolted up in surprise before she turned around to see Naruto. What are you doing here, Naruto? Mika whispered. Crawling over to her, I had a thought. Why is he only letting 2 of us pass? Seeing her raise her eyebrow, he continued. Because it's a trick. He wants to split us up. No way individually do we stand a chance. It's about teamwork, not if we can get a bell. Naruto said with a smile. Realization dawns on her face before turning to Naruto. What do you think we should do then? Mika asked. Taking a second to think, he narrowed his eyes. First thing is we need to get to Shiro. I want you to do that while I attack and distract Kakashi-sensei. Both of you wait for an opening, then take him from his blind spot, which is pretty big, seeing that he is only using one eye. Naruto said, seeing her nod. He dashed off. Kakashi is enjoying his book without a care in the world. If his genin decided to quit, no skin off his back. Sensing an attack, he turns around only to be hit by a barrage of shuriken and kunai. Naruto's eyes widened. He didn't expect his attack to land before turning and jumping away on tree branches after Kakashi turned into a log. Great, the attack only succeeded in telling him where I am. I need to get away and regroup. Naruto was interrupted from his thoughts when he saw perfectly fine Kakashi casually reading his book a few branches in front of him. Kakashi looked up from his book. So, shall we get started? Kakashi asked, uninterested. Pausing on his branch, Naruto inhales and exhales slowly before charging him, fast for a genin. Kakashi thought, starting to get interested in the blonde. Spin kicking with his right leg only for Kakashi to block it with his left hand, using Kakashi's arm as a push-off point to turn around and try and punch his throat. Kakashi catches it with his other hand. Seeing it is his chance, he bends backwards to reach for the bell. Seeing what Naruto is trying to do, he throws him away and backsteps. Well, that is Shinobi Battle Techniques number 1, Taijutsu. Comments Kakashi lightly. Naruto tossed a handful of shuriken before going through 3 hand signs. Lightning crackled on his index and middle finger before he pointed at Kakashi. Lightning release. Lightning stream, Naruto muttered, as a beam of lightning shot at Kakashi, who was batting away the shuriken. Kakashi widened his eye. Elemental ninjutsu. That wasn't in his file. Kakashi thought in shock. Using substitution with a log to get away, Naruto looked around. Where is he? I was expecting a counter. Naruto was interrupted from his thoughts when 2 arms broke through the ground and grabbed his ankles. Earth release. Headhunter jutsu, Kakashi said, rising up from the ground looking at Naruto before taking out his book. I'm surprised. You use a lightning release, not too bad on the execution either. Now? Toshiro and Mika appeared behind Kakashi, Tanto, and Katana ready to strike. Kakashi dropped his book and took out 2 kunai faster than any of them could register, blocking both weapons before kicking Toshiro away, then switching with another log before it was pierced by numerous wind bullets. Standing on a branch, Kakashi looked at his 3 genin who were starting to talk and regrouped. So those 2 were waiting for an opening to attack my blind spots, and that Naruto, he can use 2 elements already. That's crazy, and that wind release. Wind bullets jutsu was quite a strong affinity, maybe. Oh well, they are working together might as well just. An alarm clock interrupted all of them. Kakashi appeared in front of the 3 genin. You all failed to get even a single bell trailing off Kakashi. All 3 looked up at Kakashi when Mika decided to speak up. But sensei, there aren't any 3-man genin teams. So we thought this test was a trick, and you wanted to test our teamwork, right? Mika said uncertainly. Looking to her teammates, she saw them smile and nod. She turned back to Kakashi triumphantly. Seeing that the 3 of them were convinced of their conclusion on the true meaning of the test, he smiled. Well, I see that you 3 figured out the test. Congratulations, remember this, those in the ninja world who break the rules are regarded as trash, but those who betray their friends are worse than trash. Now, you guys pass. We're officially Team 7 now. Kakashi said happily. A smiling Toshiro and Mika stood with a madly grinning Naruto between them. Alright. Who's the best? Team 7 is. Who's the best? Yelled Naruto. He looked to his sensei and teammates wanting them to continue. All 3 gave him blank stares in return. Screw you guys. Kakashi cleared his throat. Okay, we'll meet here every morning at 8. I need to report to Hokage-sama. See ya. He said before vanishing in a body flicker. Naruto finished padding after that. We should go celebrate. Follow me. Shouted Naruto before dashing off. Mika looked towards Toshiro. He is quite enthusiastic, said Mika, amused. Toshiro just rolled his eyes. You have no idea. He said before walking off to go to Ichiraku Ramen. Mika followed behind. Hokage's office. All the jonin were waiting for the resident copy ninja to arrive. Well, seeing as how he is late, we will just start. Hiruzen was interrupted when the door opened, and in walked a smut reading Kakashi. Yosh. My eternal rival, why must you continue to engage in the youthfulness of arriving late? Guy exclaimed. Everyone can practically hear the capital letters when Guy spoke, or rather shouted. The thirds puffed on his pipe. Nice of you to join us, Kakashi. Looking up from his book, Kakashi rubbed the back of his neck. Sorry, Hokage-sama, I was on my way here when I saw something shiny. I followed it around for a while before tackling it, only to discover that it was a balloon. But I landed under a ladder, and broke a mirror, so I had to walk counterclockwise around the village to find a black cat to toss over my right shoulder into a pile of salt, so I don't get bad luck. Said Kakashi, so genuine that it could be interpreted as true by someone who didn't know him. Nobody could bring their mouths to move. Kakashi had finally said an excuse so ridiculous that nobody could bring themselves to even glare. They just turned back to the Hokage, trying to forget the entire thing. The Hokage cleared his throat. Right, well, let's begin starting from 1. What are the results? Hiruzen said, wanting to get the meeting back on track. Team 1. Pass. Team 2. Fail. Team 3. Pass. Yosh. Team 4 has unyouthfully failed. Team 5. Fail. Team 6. Pass. Kakashi looked up from his book at the expectant faces. What, oh right, Team 7 pass. To say that everyone was surprised would be an understatement. Kakashi never passed a team, no matter how promising. A bearded jonin smoking a cigarette walked up to him. Isn't that Uzumaki kid on your team? Yeah, I would have passed him too. Someone like him doesn't come around very often. The bearded commented. Kakashi frowned at the snorts coming from some of the other shinobi after hearing Naruto's name. He looked at the smoking jonin. I would have failed him just the same. Should he have failed my test, Asuma? Although I might need your help with something. He used a wind during the test, and I suspect it is his affinity. Kakashi said something unusually serious. Asuma raised his eyebrows in surprise. All of that was surprising. He used a wind jutsu. Where would he even get that? Plus a wind affinity here is quite rare. Wanna give him to me? Asked Asuma, hoping that he could teach a fellow wind user. Kakashi, also wanting to know those things, looked at the Hokage. I was wondering about those things, as well, Hokage-sama, not only the wind jutsu, but also lightning jutsu, as well. The surrounding jonin were busy picking up their jaws when the Hokage responded. I gave him a scroll during his last year of the academy containing a low rank for each element. My sensei did that to me when I was younger than Naruto when he noticed that my aptitude for ninjutsu was quite high. I decided to do that for Naruto, suspecting that he was similar to me in that regard. I was right, he mastered the last one, a third explained, giving all of them a look, daring them to tell him he shouldn't have done it. Kakashi, now knowing how skilled his new student really is, shook his head. Wow, I didn't have enough time to fully test them, but I didn't think Naruto would be this developed. Asuma, getting over how talented the supposed genius blonde is, spoke up. Wow, I thought the rumors that he was some sort of genius were exaggerated, but hearing this, I must say damn it. You just had to give the slacker a genius student. No fair, dad, I want him. Said Asuma, pouting childishly. Yosh. I will get my own team, and they will be superior to yours in every way, or else I will do 1000 push-ups on my tongue. Guy challenged while giving his trademark nice guy pose. On his tongue, how all the women thought at the same time, some getting a nosebleed. Right? Well, that is all. Dismissed. Commanded the god of shinobi. Ichiraku Ramen. Then he was all, Naruto, you're the best shinobi I have ever seen. Mika-chan, and the other kid passed too. Naruto boasted truthfully to Am, who giggled when Toshiro punched Naruto off his seat. It must be fun living in your own little world. Toshiro said with a frown. Mika giggled while watching their display. Mika-chan. These two are idiots, she thought with a sweat drop before smiling, but they are my idiots now. Naruto looked over to Mika. Hey Mika-chan, you said that you want to find out your affinity. Want to go to the weapons store after we eat to get the chakra paper so we can find out? Asked Naruto happily. He was happy about having someone other than Toshiro to talk to now. Mika looked at Naruto amused. Sure thing Naruto-kun, that sounds good. Are you going to come to Toshiro? Mika asked the snow-haired genin. Ignoring the smug-looking Naruto, Toshiro answers. Yeah, I am curious about my affinity. Naruto here probably doesn't care, since he has a jutsu for each element. Toshiro said, accidentally making Naruto's chest swell. Mika turned to Naruto with wide eyes. Really Naruto-kun, that's amazing. Actually, it was unheard of, a new genin having a variety like that. It shouldn't be possible, she realized. Fearing Naruto might burst from a swollen ego, Toshiro interrupted. Not really that impressive most. Naruto interrupted Toshiro, glaring at him. Yes, it is Mika-chan. Grumbling about stupid blonde, Toshiro finished his ramen in silence. After they finished eating, they walked out. Naruto hung back with Toshiro before whispering smugly, she likes me more than you. A smirking Naruto said before catching up to Mika, leaving an eye-twitching Toshiro. At least others will have to share in the pain that is Naruto now. Higurashi Weapon Shop. Welcome to Higurashi Weapons, my name is it's you guys, good to see you again. Said Taiji to who he hoped is now lifetime customers. Walking around the store, they look for the chakra papers. Finding them, they looked at the packet incredulously. Why do they come in a pack of 10? Who needs 10? Dear God, these things are expensive. They thought simultaneously. Exiting the shop, the three stopped to open the package. Ah, I see you guys went ahead and got some chakra paper. You know, the Hokage just told me some interesting things about you, Naruto, regarding your ninjutsu, said Kakashi, standing behind them like he has been there the whole time, causing Mika to jump. Gee sensei, you don't have to scare me like that, eyeing the ever-present book pervert, said an annoyed Mika. Kakashi waved her off and took the packet from Naruto, causing him to shout, "Oi, those weren't cheap, give them back." Ignoring Naruto, he opened the packet, giving them each one slip. Now all you need to do is channel chakra like this. The slip in his hand suddenly crinkled, and it will react according to your affinity. Everyone has one, and they allow you to mold chakra for that element easier, making jutsu easier to learn, and stronger than an element without an affinity. If it crinkles like mine, it is lightning, turning to ash as fire, becoming soggy as water, crumbling to dust as earth, and splitting in half as wind. Kakashi gestured for them to do it. Mika pushed chakra into her paper, and it heated up, then turned to ash. Fire, not unexpected, it's the most common in this country, hence the name Fire Country, said Kakashi. Toshiro did the same, and it became soggy. Water, huh? I pegged you for lightning, oh well, commented Kakashi. Naruto channels chakra into his, causing it to split in half. I expected as much. During the test your wind was quite strong, but what's surprising is you used lightning. From what I saw, it wasn't weaker like one would expect from somebody with the opposite elemental affinity. Okay, my cute genin, tomorrow we start Kakashi's training montage number 1, said a cheerful Kakashi, as he walked away with a nice smile. But what? They all thought before Naruto blinked. That bastard stole the chakra papers. Hey, get back here. I paid for those, and I'm gonna keep them. Naruto shouted at his sensei, who he couldn't even see in the distance. Naruto started walking in the direction of his apartment, mumbling about stupid thieves. 2 months later. Over the past 2 months, Kakashi has been training his team and taking D-rank missions. They have improved greatly. Naruto continued to improve at a rapid rate. His learning curve was just ridiculous. Mika and Toshiro were learning at a good pace themselves. Kakashi decided that they all needed to work on chakra control before he taught them anything new, so he taught them the surface clinging technique and water walking. Naruto surprised him greatly in that his reserves were very large, but his control is still good enough. When Kakashi asked him about it, Naruto told him he has been training his control since he was 6 from a book the Hokage gave him. After constant nagging, when their control got to his liking, Kakashi taught them the body flicker technique. Mika and Toshiro started to constantly spar, trying to get their kenjutsu skills up. Mika would ask her sister to come by to help sometimes. Since she used a katana, she could help Toshiro. After helping out a few times, Yuga noticed that Toshiro was turning out to be quite the kenjutsu prodigy, easily catching up to her sister, who was no slouch herself. After teaching them the body flicker technique, and when they finished the water walking exercise, Kakashi started showing them some low-rank jutsu for their affinities. Mika was taught the fire release. Flame bullet from Naruto like he promised. Kakashi taught her the ever-handy fire release. Phoenix flower jutsu. This fired a volley of small guided fireballs, mostly used for distraction, but she has hit her teammates while sparring a few times. Toshiro learned the water release. Wild water wave from Kakashi, which was a torrent of water that can wash away an enemy. The power can be changed by the amount of chakra used. Naruto learned a lot himself, between constantly going through the scroll the old man gave him for his book. Kakashi taught him a few jutsu, first being the wind release. Great breakthrough. It was a simple gust of wind that varied in strength, depending on the chakra used. When training their control, Kakashi noticed Naruto's reserves were extremely large, so with the approval of the Hokage, he taught him the shadow clone jutsu, which was quickly becoming Naruto's favorite jutsu. With the clones being real, not illusions, he has taken to trying ninjutsu combinations with them. He also learned the Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu directly from the Hokage on his 10th birthday 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Naruto's birthday. He definitely thought it was his favorite so far. His team, the old man, and his son, Asuma, came by. Naruto liked Asuma. He's a laid-back guy even though he smokes a lot. Naruto also learned that Asuma was the only person beside him that has a wind affinity. Naruto resolved. Kakashi improved the most in his team's opinion, only showing up an hour and 45 minutes late, instead of the typical 2 hours. Mission assignment desk. Walking into the office was Team 7. Kakashi reported in. Mission complete. Hokage-sama, handing the Hokage a scroll. Puffing on his pipe before humming. Yes, well, that makes an impressive 37 completed D-ranks. Good job, said the Hokage before going through the D-rank mission scroll. Okay, we have weeding a counselor's garden. No, murmured Naruto lol. Walking some dogs. No, Naruto said a little louder. Catching Tori again, which is a high priority mission, said the Hokage. No, Kakashi thought about them. Will all of them sound great? I'm thinking. No, I can't take it anymore. 37 of these awful things. If I don't get a real mission, I'm going to freak the fuck out, Naruto yelled with a crazy look in his eye. Toshiro and Mika looked at him with blank faces. If he didn't do it, I would. They both thought simultaneously. Well, Kakashi, what do you think? Are they ready? The third asked Kakashi. Kakashi let out a breath. Finally one of them breaks. I was a few days away from freaking out myself. Kakashi cleared his throat looking at the Hokage. I believe this team is more than ready despite the impatient blonde. Kakashi's eyes smiled at a glaring blonde. Well then let me see. The Hokage said going through the C rank scroll. Ah, here's an escort mission to Suna for a merchant. Perfect for a first C rank. The Hokage said, tossing a scroll to Kakashi Hikata. Okay my millionaire students, meet at the front gate in 28 minutes, pack for 2 weeks. The genin sweat dropped at an oddly precise amount of time from the chronically late man before leaving to get ready. Kakashi stayed behind to talk to the Hokage. So, what do you want me to do while I'm in Suna? Questioned Kakashi looking underneath like he constantly told his students to do. Hiruzen puffed on his pipe before replying. Jiraiya has informed me of a decline in missions, and that their daimyo has also started to cut their funding. I want you to see if you can find a reason this might be happening, and whether or not we might have a problem with them in the future. Third Hokage commanded while refilling his pipe before lighting it with a small use of fire chakra. Dismiss. Somewhere in Tanokuni, Jiraiya was bored. Walking around the elemental nations is great, but sometimes he really wished Minato showed him the flying thunder god jutsu. He could mark something in every country, and not have to walk 24/7. Shaking his head before entering a tea house. Finally, this guy better be here. I really want to leave this boring ass country. Thought an irritable Jiraiya. In the back of the tea house is a cloaked figure sipping tea. Looking up he sees the Toad Sage himself sit down in front of him. Thank you for coming Jiraiya-sama. A flat voice comes from the hooded man. This better be good. I could literally be anywhere else doing anything else. Jiraiya grunts, motioning the cloaked figure to speak. Nodding the figure responds in a monotone. A certain snake is here. He betrayed us a few months ago. Some intel we have acquired suggests that he is building up his forces. One of our spies inside says that he will be making a trip to Suna soon. The figure takes a sip of tea before shifting in his seat slightly. How is he? Jiraiya stays silent for a few moments mulling over the new info regarding his wayward teammate. That's indeed troubling. Anything he does will undoubtedly be bad for Konoha. Jiraiya said with a frown. The Toad Sage looks toward the cloaked figure, and lets a small almost unseen frown grace his face. The old man hasn't said anything about him since the incident 2 years ago, but from what he has told me after that night he hasn't been the same. I still think he should know at least some truth. He's a major fight risk, as it is now. Jiraiya said seriously. The figure finishes his tea before standing up. Thank you for coming to Jiraiya-sama. I will contact you when I can. The figure says emotionlessly before disappearing. Sipping his own tea mulling over some of his info, Orochimaru leaves the sack at Konoha. Naruto's apartment. Naruto is packing his backpack, sleeping bag check, couple change of clothes check, extra shuriken, and kunai my froggy wallet. Looks like I'm all set. Naruto runs out his door, locking it, and using the body flicker technique to get to the gate. Main gate. Toshiro is looking at the client. The man is in his late 20s by the name of Fukumo, some wealthy merchant's son who is too old to make the trip. Fukumo looks at the white-haired genin. When are we going to be on our way? I would really like it if we can make it back before my father dies. Fukumo said irritably. He has been waiting for 10 minutes. He has had servants killed for less. We will be leaving when the rest of my team arrives. 20 more minutes at the latest. Toshiro said, repressing a snort. Mika and Naruto walk up to the client and bow respectively. Hello, my name is Mika Yuzuki. This is my teammate Naruto Uzumaki. Our sensei should be here soon. Hopefully. Mika said the last word silently. The poof is heard making all of them turn their heads. Hello there, I am the Jonin sensei for this team. My name is Kakashi Haddock. An oddly professional Kakashi says. The genin thought he was only capable of sounding bored. Finally we can get a move on. Fukumo said before walking off. Naruto looks at him frowning. Great, I can see how this mission is going to go. Naruto says, before following the client. Mama Naruto, don't worry, it is only a 5-day journey one way, 1 or 2 days there, and 5 more backseat. Not that bad, it will be fun. Kakashi chirped cheerfully before following the client himself. 3 days later, order of Hai no Kuni and Kei's no Kuni. Naruto was trying to push down the urge to just shove his staff down the client's throat. It would be so easy, by the looks on his teammate's face. They were trying to stop themselves from killing Fukumo themselves. For the past 3 days all Fukumo did was whine and complain about how he shouldn't have to do this, and how the help he started calling them the help should go and get the supplies he needs for him. Not only that, but Naruto was recognized by him immediately, which only made him more irritable that the boy was escorting him. Naruto and company were around the client in a diamond formation, Naruto up front, Toshiro and Mika on his sides, with Kakashi bringing up the rear. And another thing. Father never told me about having to walk the whole way. The least he could do is bite before Fukumo could finish. Toshiro pushed him back, and out of the way of an arrow that was about to hit him. Toshiro keeps guard. Naruto Mika gets ready. It's a group of bandits. Don't hesitate, they won't. Kakashi ordered his genin. Right, as Kakashi finished, 5 huge bandits armed with swords burst through the bushes, Naruto and Mika taking one each, while Kakashi took the rest. Naruto unsealed his staff and twirls it in his hands. He ducks under an untrained swing from the bandit. Naruto slams the bandit in the stomach with his staff, knocking the wind out of the bandit and making him double over. Spinning his staff to get some momentum before bringing it down on the back of the bandit's head, as hard as he could, knocking the bandit out. Mika parried her opponent's stab with her tanto, then slicing him across the chest, falling to his knees in pain. Mika was going to knock him out, before Naruto appears in front of her going through hand seals, finishing in the snake seal, earth release. Earth-style wall, Naruto muttered before a huge wall of solid earth springs up in front of them, blocking a volley of arrows. Thanks, Naruto-kun. Mika says quietly. Kakashi was tying up his 3 bandits. He was about to intercept the arrows himself before Naruto did. Turning his head to his client and remaining stewed in Kakashi's eyes in relief, finding neither one hurt. Toshiro is on guard. There is one more, an archer, tuning around just in time to go through Seal's water release. Wild water wave. Toshiro intercepted the arrows and washed the bandit out of the tree, knocking him out in the process. Good job everyone. Excellent job protecting the client. It seems to be just your average bandits looking for a payday from our client. Kakashi said, taking his book back out to read now that the danger was gone. Fukumo, who didn't think that any of them were dependable, was relieved to be alive. Okay, let's continue on. Fukumo said no thank you, and just started walking. You're welcome, you dick. All the genin thought at the same time. Well, my lovely little genin, shall we continue? Kakashi asked, before they all got back information to continue to Suna. Sonagakur no Sato, I've got sand so far up my ass my farts will be visible for a month. Naruto was annoyed. Kakashi turns to his team, okay, I will be escorting the client while we are here. You 3 get us a hotel room, and have a look around. See you later. Kakashi told his team before following an annoyed Fukumo. Mika adjusted her backpack before looking at her teammates, and speaking up, what do you 2 want to do now? We will probably have 2 or so days before we leave. She asked. Well, if I don't get something cold within the next hour I am literally going to die. An irritable and sweating Toshiro said, super hot weather like what is found in the desert is his worst enemy. Even worse is Kakashi, who was more heavily clothed than all of them, but he looked as comfortable as he would back home. When asked how, he said it was a chakra control technique involving circulating chakra through his body to cool him. Only Naruto was able to partially get it during the trip, much to Toshiro's ire. Naruto shrugs, I don't care what we do, something cold does sound good though. Looking to Mika to see what she wants to do, only for her to shrug, they follow Toshiro so they can get some drinks before he melts. Hours later, Naruto, not being able to sleep, decides walking around Suna would be a nice way to relax. Nighttime was actually quite peaceful, and pretty cold in the desert. Getting a strange feeling, Naruto turns around to come face to face with a boy around his age, with a tattoo of the kanji for love on his forehead, and dark circles around his eyes, giving Naruto a look that he really didn't like. What's up with this guy? Why is he looking at me like that? We are too young, and I'm not into that kind of stuff. I better turn him down before he even asks. Hey, listen up buddy, I'm not into that. Mother, yes she wants it, she wants your blood, said the obviously crazy kid. Mother? Blood? What the fuck? Naruto looks at the ground. Sand starts to move towards him. Strange, why is the sand on the ground moving? I don't feel any wind. Naruto sees the kid move his hand towards him. Wait, is he controlling sand? That's bullshit. Sand is literally everywhere. Naruto jumps back from the stream of sand coming for him. Naruto weaves through seals for the water release. Jet stream, he fires a torrent of water at the sand, making it weak, before he can go on the offensive. Gold dust Scar. Stop this at once. A voice from above Naruto thunders. Looking up, Naruto sees the Kazukiage and Kakashi on the roof of the shop behind Naruto. Breaking the hold the gold dust has on him, Gaara walks off, but not before giving Naruto one last message. We will meet again, and I will have it. I will give your blood to mother. Gaara said darkly before leaving. I apologize about my son Kakashi-san, he isn't well. Apologize to the Kazukiage, handing Kakashi a scroll. Give this to Hokage Dono when you return, thank you. The leader of Suna said before disappearing in a whirl of gold dust. Naruto jumps up to Kakashi. That was weird, he felt strange, really strange, and Naruto put his hand to his stomach over the seal. I think that kid is a Jinchuriki like me. Naruto said slowly. Widening his visible eye, Kakashi looks at Naruto, are you sure? That could also be the magnet release Kake Jinkai. Naruto shook his head, no. I'm sure, that strange feeling, it was definitely coming from my seal, he's a Jinchuriki. Naruto said confidently, and more seriously than Kakashi was used to seeing Naruto, it reminded him of his sensei. Kakashi wanted to change the subject. Anyway, let's get a good night's sleep. Fukumo-san got everything he needed, so we will be leaving ahead of schedule. Kakashi said, both using the body flicker technique to go back to the hotel. 5 days later, Hokage's office. Congratulations on your first successful C rank. Your client had nothing but the best praise for all of you. Third Hokage congratulated me. Team 7 all have sweat drops on the back of their heads. He didn't sound like he was thankful during the trip. They all thought simultaneously. Naruto's head snaps up. I just remembered something. How are there rumors that Sun is losing funding if their cage literally attacks with gold? Naruto asked incredulously. It had been bothering him since he saw the stream of gold dust. He was tempted to scoop someone up. The third and Kakashi both shrugged out who knows. Okay, you three, head to Ichiraku's. I'll meet you there in a bit to celebrate our first successful C rank. Kakashi told his 3 Heir 2 genin. Naruto left when the word Ichiraku was said. The third told them, making the rest of the team sigh, as the Hokage gave out a chuckle. After the other genin leave, Kakashi turns to the Hokage. I have some interesting info regarding Suna's Jinchuriki. Kakashi said, making the third lean in seriously. He is very unstable, and has been corrupted by the Biju, referring to it as mother going, as far as attacking Naruto when he saw him. Kakashi reported. Did he identify Naruto as a Jinchuriki? Asked a worried Hiruzen. They really didn't need that. Kakashi shook his head. No, he didn't say it, but if he did know, he won't tell their cage. He doesn't appear to follow orders, only really doing what he wants, said Kakashi. The third sighs in relief. Good, I don't want that known. We have kept it tight-lipped after I passed my law. That also might explain the lack of faith the Wind Daimyo is feeling toward them. If their leader can't control their strongest weapon, it makes him look weak and unreliable. The third Hokage said he didn't like being referred to as weapons, but Suna obviously is one. Waving his hand, the third dismisses Kakashi. With the news Jiraiya just sent me about Orochimaru, the learning of an unstable Jinchuriki, I see why he is targeting Suna. Something big is coming. The third lets out a sigh. I need to start training more often now, so when we get attacked, I want to be in top form. There isn't anyone yet who can replace me since Jiraiya won't do it, and Tsunade, not sure how I would feel about her leading her will of fire, has been extinguished. The third thought sadly. He wished he could help his female student, but she didn't want help. She wanted to feel bad for herself. Looking down on his desk at the larger than normal stack of paperwork, a few pieces of paper stick out, most importantly the Chunin exams in 3 months, every 2 years Konoha hosted. However, the request from Iwa and Kumo is most troubling. Why would they want to send a team? The Hokage thought. Gonna be an interesting exam for sure since Naruto will undoubtedly be in it. Ichiraku ramen tea. I mean, the look in his eye was really strange. AMD-chan. I thought he was going to come on to me or something, but thankfully he only wanted to kill me. Much easier to deal with than some guy coming on to me. It's way less awkward. Naruto said while stuffing his face with ramen. The giggling Aim looks up from her magazine. Well, I'm glad you three had fun, and are alright. What are you going to do now? Toshiro decides to speak up before the blonde can. Probably train a lot more. We have proven that we can handle a C rank, so we should get more of them now. Toshiro said he wants to continue training with his water affinity. Kakashi sat down next to Mika without making a noise. Right, you're Toshiro, pausing so Mika can yell at him for scaring her. We are going to train a lot more, and take a few more missions, and in 3 or so months I'm going to test you guys, said Kakashi before ordering some ramen for himself. Curious Mika speaks up. Test for what? That my cute little genin is a secret, Kakashi said annoyingly, making them all grumble. Before Kakashi starts to eat, he looks at Naruto. Oh, I almost forgot I ran into Asuma on my way here, and he wanted you to meet him at Training Ground 21. Naruto. Getting up to leave, Naruto yells out a bye. Before initiating the body flicker technique. Training Ground 21, Asuma watches Naruto run into the training ground, and exhales some smoke. Well, not too late, but you really shouldn't pick up your sensei's habit, Asuma comments lightly. Sorry Asuma-sensei, but I came here as soon as I heard, Naruto said. Asuma waved him off, and motioned the blonde to come closer. Okay, I want to start giving you instructions on wind manipulation. Seeing Naruto start to smile makes Asuma smile. You are going to have to be very careful. Wind is the hardest, and most dangerous to control for beginners. Your first task is to cut this leaf, handing Naruto a leaf before picking up one. The goal is to split your chakra in half, then make them grind against each other finely, and sharply like this. Putting the leaf between his palms, then opening them to reveal a leaf with a slice through it, much like the chakra paper. Okay, finely, and sharply Naruto said before putting the leaf between his palms, and concentrating for a few minutes to reveal a leaf with a cut through a fourth of it. Wow, I didn't expect you to get it that quickly. Every time you cut it even a little, pick up a new leaf. The objective is to be able to cut the whole leaf in one go, instructed Asuma. 4 hours later sat an astonished Asuma. 4 hours, wow, you really do pick things up fast. It usually takes days for someone. A really slow person could even take months, whole years even, said an astonished Asuma. Naruto grinned at the praise. Thanks Asuma-sensei, I really want to master wind, as fast as I can, so I can move on to the next element, said a determined Naruto. Admiring the determination. Well, the second step is much harder, but not that necessary, only for really high levels that I never even needed to use. So I would suggest moving on to another element if you think you are up to it. I heard about what my dad said about your skills, by the way. Learning a jutsu and mastering an element are two very different things, Asuma told the blonde. Just so I know, what is the next level of wind manipulation? Asked Naruto. Asuma gave Naruto a grin, splitting a waterfall in half. Asuma said, enjoying the shocked look, blinking a few times before narrowing his eyes with a frown. Where even is a waterfall close to? That's why I was saying you should move on. It isn't completely necessary, but if you master earth and water, you could make a waterfall yourself to do it, said a smirking Asuma. While I'm here I can give you the first steps to each element, which you have probably figured out. It is making a leaf take the properties of the chakra paper, fire is making it burn and turn to ash, lightning is wrinkling it, water is making it soggy, and earth is turning it to dust. There are only 3 or 4 major exercises for each element to achieve mastery, but there are also other ones you can do to up your control even higher. Just look in the library. Well, when you get access to the 2nd floor, Asuma instructed, before lighting another cigarette. Smiling at the goldmine of new info. Thanks for the help, Asuma-sensei, said Naruto. Well kid, I think it is time for me to head home. Don't kill yourself out here, Asuma said before poofing away. Naruto, with a new goal, decided since he still has about 1 hour or so of daylight left, decided to train some more. From what the scroll for the shadow clone jutsu said, maybe I can use them to train. Let's see. Naruto thought, making 9 clones before splitting into pairs, and giving each pair a separate element to train. They got to work. After about an hour and a half all the clones popped at the same time, as per Naruto's command. Yeah, this is awesome for sure, although I didn't see nearly as much progress as I did for wind. Oh well, if it were easy everyone would do it. 3 months later, during the past 3 months Team 7 went on 3 more C-rank missions, and continued to train. Mika got a new tanto. It was made from a special metal that makes streaming chakra through the blade much easier, something she liked to do with her fire chakra. After training with it for 2 months she got skilled enough to do it. On the front she continued to train her control so that she can do higher level jutsu. So far having enough control and chakra to learn the fire release, Grand Fireball Jutsu. Also having the necessary control to learn the Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu. Physically she was very flexible, much to her teammates' annoyance. When a pretty girl starts showing off her flexibility you want to watch not fight, and she knew that. Toshiro has been continuing to train with Mika and Yugao whenever he could. He was starting to get noticed for his talent with a sword, some calling him a Kenjutsu prodigy. Ninjutsu-wise, Toshiro was trying to finish the 2nd level of water manipulation, which is touching a body of water, preferably a lake, then making a whirlpool the size of the lake, and shrinking it until it is the size of your palm. It was really difficult, and to make matters worse, the little annoying blonde genius was getting it faster than he was. It was annoying as hell. He should be quicker. It was his affinity, damn it. Toshiro managed to learn a new jutsu, water release. Water severing wave, in which the user expels a stream of water so pressurized it can pierce stone. Naruto, ever the genius, and Shadow Clone Jutsu abusing ninja, would have 15 clones going all day, 2 for each elemental training, and the rest for chakra control. He need to constantly to train his control so he can move forward with it. Kakashi-sensei said since he is a Jinchuriki his capacity is growing 10 times faster than average. His capacity was now on par with Kakashi's, and only growing, so he has to constantly train to keep it under control. Making good on his multitasking abilities with clones, Naruto can research jutsu while they train his control. He found one Jinjutsu that he liked called the Mirroring Perception Jutsu. It can make you think you're moving one way when you're really moving the opposite. It was hilarious to use on Toshiro in the mornings when he is drowsy. With elemental manipulation training other than wind, Naruto made the most headway with water, and earth already on the 2nd level for both. Fire and lightning were coming along. He's got a crinkle in the leaf, just not a big one like what Kakashi can do. For fire the top part of the leaf is starting to burn. Progress. Naruto also learned the earth release. Earth flow river, he can make a very strong current of mud to wash away his opponent. Having such a large chakra capacity he learned the 2nd Hokage's water release. He can knock over a tree if he hits it directly, it was that strong. His wind release. Great breakthrough got a decent power boost too thanks to his wind training. He doesn't have the skill to make a waterfall himself, so he started cutting rocks until he finds or has the skill to create a waterfall. Training Ground 7. Team 7 is waiting for Kakashi to arrive. They each have been training even harder than before, so they can pass this test Kakashi was going to give them. Okay, who wants to set Kakashi-sensei's apartment on fire if he doesn't get here in the next 5 minutes? Asked Naruto. Mika the pyro looks over at Naruto with a gleam in her eye. Oh yes. That would be fun, I call dibs. Mika chirped happily. Mama, Mika-chan, you want to burn your poor sensei's home? That's not very nice. Kakashi said, appearing right behind her, scaring the hell out of Mika. Damn it sensei, how many times do I have to tell you to stop scaring me? An angry Mika yelled. Toshiro, ever the serious one, looks at his sensei. So what is this test we're going to be doing? Toshiro asked in a business tone. Naruto snorts at a straight to business Toshiro. Come on man, lighten up, have a little fun. Naruto said with a smile. Toshiro rolled his eyes at Naruto, but having a small smirk on his face, he looked at his sensei. I have heard a few rumors from some merchants about an upcoming event. Are you going to test us to see if we can enter the Chunin exam? Toshiro asked, hitting the nail on the head. Naruto and Mika's eyes widen looking at their sensei. Well, thanks for ruining the surprise, but yes, I want to do the bell test again, no time limit, but the difference is pulling up his headband to reveal his Sharingan. I'm going to make this a little more difficult. All three tense at their sensei's Kake Genkai. Kakashi ties a single bell to his belt. Get this from me, and I will let you enter. If not, you can wait for the next one. Ready, begin. All three jumped away in the same direction. What's the plan? Asked Mika. With his eye, surprise attacks are useless. He is faster than us without it, so we need to attack him continuously. He knows that we stand no chance against him, so he won't go all out. Toshiro, when I distract him, you charge as fast as you can. Go get behind him. Mika, you and I will do that wind-fire combination we've been practicing. Naruto explained. His team nodded before getting into position. Kakashi was waiting patiently. His team was watching. He knew it. Obito's eye might be overkill, but he was confident in them. Plus, it wasn't like he was going to go all out, just level with his eye active. Feeling a chakra build up to his right, he looks over to see 6 small fireballs heading toward him, before a gust of wind blows through the area, enhancing the fireballs, making them bigger, and white hot, tripling their danger. Good job, you two, you got the combination down, thought Kakashi. It was a very difficult combination. Mika would use the fire release Phoenix Flower Jutsu, decreasing the amount of fireballs to 6, and increasing the intensity, so that Naruto's wind release Great Breakthrough wouldn't smother the flames. It's very advanced fire manipulation. It also showed that they were coming for the kill. Kakashi was just so proud. Pushing down the building pride, Kakashi focuses on not getting hit by any of the very lethal fireballs, which wasn't too hard with the Sharingan. 2 more were approaching at 1 and 4 o'clock, jumping and twirling between them, coming out unscathed. He noticed Toshiro coming too late and getting a slice on his right side. Flak Jacket taking most of the blow. It still got a good cut out of Kakashi. Naruto and Mika were in the tree watching Toshiro engage Kakashi. Mika, I'm going to throw a kunai. I want you to wait until Kakashi-sensei moves out of the way of it. Then use the substitution on the kunai and attack, okay? Seeing her nod, Naruto takes out a kunai. Toshiro was annoyed. His sensei was impossible to hit with that eye of his no matter what he did. Toshiro throws a handful of shuriken as he jumps back, using the shuriken as a distraction to let him weave through hand seals. What a release. What a severing wave, thought Toshiro, aiming at his sensei's dick just to be an asshole. They both notice a kunai flying towards Kakashi's head. Not wanting to get hit by either attacks coming, he dodges both of them. The water jutsu ending under him mid-jump, and the kunai just past his head. Kakashi relaxes, then the kunai busts into smoke to reveal Mika with her tanto. Seeing no way out, he switched with a log to his right. Naruto was waiting, bow staff at the ready, by a log that was too well placed not to be used by his sensei after the surprise attack. When Kakashi appears, he starts going to work. Going as fast as he can and as hard as he can, Naruto tries to wear his sensei down. Mika and Toshiro charging in his blind spots. Naruto went for a leg sweep, only for Kakashi to jump over it. Mika tries to slice his arm off, only for him to grab her wrist, then kicking Naruto in the chest, knocking him away. Seeing his opening, Toshiro aims for his sensei's shoulder, making him turn away, giving him enough time to slice the string holding the bell, before he catches an elbow to the face. Naruto charges back and spinning his bow staff, going for his sensei's neck. Kakashi tossed Mika away to put chakra into both hands, and caught the staff only to wince. He can surely hit hard with that thing, grimaced Kakashi. Mika, free from the hold, dives for the bell while her sensei's hands are occupied. Got it? Mika shouted triumphantly, making all of them look at her. Kakashi covers up his Sharingan before speaking. Good job, you three. Very good teamwork. I'm proud of each of you. Kakashi said. He pulled out 3 packets of paper. His students didn't even try to figure out where he was keeping them. They just chalked it up to him being Kakashi. These are the Chunin exam Signa packets. Fill them out, and be at the academy tomorrow at 9 AM to take your test. Don't be late. Kakashi instructed. All 3 sweat dropped when the chronically late Kakashi tells them to be on time. Alright. We are going to dominate the exam. All 3 of us will totally get promoted. Naruto boasted. His teammates smiled and smirked respectively. There is no doubt in my mind that you 3 have what it takes to be Chunin. However, there is word that teams from Kumo and Iwa are coming. Be careful with those teams. If they are confident enough to come here for the exam, then they will be very strong. Don't forget that you 3 are the only rookies going into the exam from the Leaf, so be extra careful. Kakashi warned before his mood brightens. Now go do whatever you guys do, and get a good night's sleep. You have a big day tomorrow. Naruto says goodbye to both his teammates before disappearing with the body flicker technique. Hokage Monument. Naruto is sitting atop his father's stone head. I'm going to be taking the Chunin exams. Dad, I'm kinda nervous about seeing the teams from Iwa and Kumo. Tell Mom I will be careful, and not to worry. I'm going to win this thing, or my name's not Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Naruto thought with determination. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time. Till then, sayonara.